Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel and I hope you are doing well or regularly your DSA practice. I am your friend Ham. Today I am here to discuss about the problem, LeetCode problem number 560. That problem is basically based on the subarray sum equal to K. In this problem we see how many subarrays are equal to the K and we return the count of that subarray. So first of all, let's see our problem, then we understand our problem approach and how we are going to solve our problem. One step-by-step process we are going to see and discuss. So the problem is subarray sum equal to K. We have given integer num and another integer K. We need to return the total number of subarrays whose sum is equal to K. Okay, so first example we take it here and we understand how the output will be come here. So our first integer is, first array is 111 and the K is equal to 2 and our output is 2. How it's happening? First of all, one array, again 1 and 1 another subarray, again 1 and 1 another subarray. Okay, and our output is 2. How it's happening? That is right. Yeah, that is totally right. So we see 1 not possible. The sum is 2 is not possible, but 1 plus 1 equal to 2. Is it possible? Yes, it's possible. So our count increase 1. Again we see here 1 plus 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 equal to 3. That is, we have no need. Again we move forward. Now we are taking our output from this 1 and 1. These are another subarray. So in this you can see 1 plus 1 equal to 2. Yes, we need this. That is correct. Then our count increased by 1. Our count is equal to 2. But 1, it's not. So we see here our output is 2 because only 2 subarrays are equal. Sum of subarrays are equal to 2. That means equal to our K value. In next example we can see here. We can see our next example and how we are going to. Our K is equal to 3. First subarray is 1. Another subarray is 1, comma 2. And in this 1, comma 2, comma 3. Again we move forward. So 2 and 3 our one subarray and the 3 is our last subarray. In this 1 sum 1, but 1 plus 2 equal to 3. Did you understand what I told? Yes. So this is correct answer. Again we move forward. 1 plus 2 3, 3 plus 3 is 6. No, we have no considered this. 3 plus 2 5. We are not going to consider this, but the 3 is here also. So 3, it's correct. So what our output? 1 and 2. So that is our basic problem. I hope you understand our problem, what need and what told. Now we are moving forward, going to see the approach. For approach we use two things. First we use one count, that is basically used to count our how many subarrays are equal to K. We are going to use one for loop. That for loop goes to 1 to n, that means numbers of array, and inside the for loop we initialize our sum variable. Why inside the for loop? Because after adding the all element we need to update our sum, then only we move forward for next subarray, then only we move forward for next subarray. So here we are initialize sum inside the one for loop, then one for loop start from j, that is basically start with the I and goes up to n, and inside this we perform our sum and we compare our sum with the k, and inside that we increase our count variable. So that is basically I am going to do in our code. That is totally brute force approach. You can see step by step only. So if we need optimal solution, we go forward for using HashMap. So let's start our coding section, and I hope you understand very well. So first of all, I need to initialize our one count variable, that initialize with 0. Move forward with the for loop. Inside the for loop I initialize I. Basically inside the for loop we are initialize only I or j. Okay. Then inside the for loop I in the pseudocode I told you I use that format. In the pseudocode we can see here for loop, then some again for loop, then we are perform our sum operations, then sum is compared with the k and increasing our count. That is same happening here. And they start with I. Why I? Because we need to subarray. For subarray we start with I. I hope you understand very well. Then here I perform operations of sum and I compare with them. Sum equal to k. If the k is equal to, what I need to do? I need to do count increase by 1. And at the end I need to return our count. I hope you understand very well. Let's run our problem and see what the output is correct or not, we get our output or not. Basically one mistake. Here I need to mention the array name correctly, that is the sum. And also one mistake is here, I directly give array, but here not array, sums. And the two errors are solved, and now the problem is solved by the, we can see we get our correct output in the both cases. And now the time is going to analyze our time complexity of the problem. So you see here I use one count variable, so the space complexity also increase because I use outer variable for initialize our output. So space complexity order of 1 because I use one other variable that for storing our output. And in the term of space complexity, we see here one outer for loop and inner for loop. For one for loop, we have a number of operations performed. For one for loop, we perform a number of our operations. But here is one for loop inside another for loop. Inside another for loop, that means n square operations performed. If I use one for loop and outside of one for loop, that means 2n only. But the one for loop inside one for loop means the time complexity is n square in the term of order of n. So I hope my friends you are understand very well, and let's see in the next problem. Keep support our channel and like subscribe our channel to motivate us. We work continuously on the solving the LeetCode problems and real world problems for TCS preparation, Wipro preparations, as like service based companies preparation we are doing here. And I hope you understand very well. Thank you for watching. Like, comment and share our video.